Hey guys, welcome to Brickstars. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this, our latest Forestmen mock. This is a mock that's inspired by LEGO's 6077, which is the iconic Forestmen River Fortress, one of our favorite sets. I love the stone walls, the leaves, the black trees, and of course, the Forestmen minifigures. This was a beautiful set, and what's even better is back then we got a lot of alternative builds. This bridge crossing caught our eye and inspired us to do this mock. So this bridge features two arches on the side, a strong central piece, and really uses those classic elements, the stone walls, the arches, the Forestmen kind of arched walls, and the black tree in the back as well. So we really found a lot of inspiration in this and said, what would it look like if we brought it into 2025? Here's a quick glimpse of the full mock, and we're going to be covering different inspirations and references in this video and showing a little bit of the build. But we're going to have a whole new video, a separate video, where we go through a very detailed walkthrough tutorial on how you could build this mock yourself. So looking at the build overall, you can see it's true to the alternative build of 6077, and we added a little bit of box art to show what it would look like if it was released as its own set in 2025. So let's get into the details. One of my favorite parts of building a LEGO set is building the minifigures first. So let's start there. These minifigures are a mix of LEGO Forestmen, but also some updates that we've done ourselves. And we really wanted to try and stay true to what was originally included in the set. And you can see back then the Forestmen had a bit more variety with the blue collars and some different printed torsos, but we tried to replicate that a bit. You can see our first minifigure has the blue arms and the blue hat, and that middle minifigure uses the torso from the peasant minifigure in the Lion Knight's castle. We do really like that torso print, and it is in mint green instead of the regular green that the rest of the Forestmen are in, but we find it gives the set a nice little bit of variety. And then finally, we did include a Lion Knight as well, so we thought if this is a play set, it would be great that, you know, you could have the Forestmen chasing this poor lone Lion Knight. Starting off with the top of the build, here we've got this tower and this slight blue roof. So this is obviously in reference to older Forestmen sets that often use the blue roof. And here we've copied the red and white flags that are also pretty iconic throughout the Forestmen sets. So looking at this tower, you'll see the modern build techniques actually mimic the Lion Knight's castle. So we wanted to make sure that this would fit a potential LEGO display or LEGO Kingdom scene that you might build. The next piece of the build, which was one of our most challenging parts, was this tree. Obviously the iconic black and green really screams Forestmen, and this is in the modern style that we've seen in the new Forestmen hideout and the Lion Knight's castle. So a lot of those rounder elements, curved branches, touches of green throughout, and really a little bit of a root system as well. So that was a really fun build. And then we added this kind of vertical leaf on the side here, which is obviously a nod to the original set as well. So we love how this tree came together with the gray of the build, and it ties in nicely with some more greenery that we see scattered across the walls. So we really wanted the walls to look like they had cracked elements, fallen off rocks. The stone is maybe a bit weathered, but it's got living elements as well. So there's leaves, there's lily pads, there's again those leaves that kind of look like the original Forestmen sets, but a lot of new leaf elements that LEGO's introduced. And then on the side here, this is where we introduce kind of this ivy climbing up the top of the tower, which is a bit of a reference to the Bricklink Castle in the Forest set. You can see the touches of red flowers, the leaves, and it just kind of breaks apart some of those gray elements so they're not too repetitive. One of my favorite building techniques on this mock are these corner pieces, and that's because they really replicate the original kind of printed corner angled pieces from the Forestmen sets, but also it's a technique that we've borrowed from the Dungeons and Dragons set. So it's really modern looking. It ties in perfectly with the rest of the stonework. We kept the color palette here pretty simple with just the light gray and the dark gray. Of course, if you wanted to include tan or some of those mint green colors to add more of a kind of water damaged areas of the bridge, you could do that. And on the back side, we just have a little bit of a ladder. There's of course a treasure chest hidden underneath the bridge as well. We have a bit of sand there. This is an area maybe we could have developed a bit more and added some extra features, but we wanted to keep it somewhat true to the original, which was obviously very, very simple. You can see the elements of green again breaking up some of that rock. We have a little bit of a detailed vine piece and just some more leaf elements. Now let's take a look at the mock as a whole. We've got some great shots here of the full set and some nice 360 rotational shots as well that'll be coming up, but really pleased with how this one turned out. So the build was challenging, especially in regards to the tree and getting everything to kind of line up while keeping the design of the original, but really happy again with the colors, the way the rock looks, a lot of the leaf elements tied in really nicely, and we do think it's a set that would have some neat play features as well. You can see we've added the little bird nest there as well. That's kind of a modern element that Lego throws into a lot of sets. So again, it's a set that is probably our most refined mock to date. A lot of our other previous mocks were maybe a bit too detailed or had some, I'd call them non-Lego building techniques. This really feels like a set that we'd be proud to put on ideas and hope to get converted into an actual Lego set. So make sure if we do that you guys support us on that. But again, I think this is something that turned out pretty cool. We can't wait to take more photos with it. If you followed our Instagram page, you know that we do like to take these mock and kind of box art style photos, but our passion is really making Lego look alive. So we look forward to putting this one on a bed of rocks with some trees and seeing how that looks, maybe taking some nighttime shots so we can highlight the torches and the Forestmen kind of hiding out. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We had a lot of fun making it, and see you next time.
If you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe, check out the other video that showed the actual build steps, and we'll see you next time.